If you are going to be mayor of this wonderful city, you have to take responsibility. It comes with the job. Unfortunately, that memo never got through to Sadiq Khan.
Sadiq Khan erupts under assembly pressure, heated showdown. Okay, this was one of those moments where the air in the room just changed. Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, walked into the Greater London Assembly this week expecting a routine session. But what unfolded was anything but routine. Tension. Pushback. Heated exchanges. At one point, even Khan himself looked taken aback as members across the floor demanded answers, pressed harder, and refused to let up. It wasn't shouting for the sake of noise, it was political theater at its sharpest. And it left everyone watching asking, is this the turning point for Khan's leadership? Let's get into it. It all went down during this month's Mayor's Question Time, the regular session where Assembly members grill the mayor on policy decisions, spending, and city issues. But this one got personal. From the moment Khan sat down, opposition members came ready, papers in hand, statistics flying, and tone set to maximum confrontation. The first flashpoint came over transport and the ULEZ expansion, the ultra-low emission zone that's dominated London headlines all year. One Assembly member didn't hold back, saying Khan's rollout of the scheme was punishing ordinary Londoners while doing little to solve air quality long-term. Khan pushed back, saying, this is about saving lives, we're cutting pollution and protecting our children's lungs. But the exchanges only got sharper from there. Several members accused the mayor of ignoring warnings from local councils and pushing ahead with costly projects without proper consultation. And that's when things started to heat up. At one point, Conservative Assembly member Nick Rogers pressed Khan on transparency, specifically how the mayor's office is handling public feedback and data collection on emissions and road safety. Khan, visibly frustrated, shot back, saying, you can disagree with policy, but don't twist the facts. The data is public, the science is clear. But Rogers wasn't having it. He fired right back, you're not listening to the people paying the price, Mr. Mayor. That line, not listening to the people, triggered a wave of applause from some in the audience, and a few groans from others. The tension was thick. Even journalists in the press gallery were scribbling notes like mad, because it wasn't just another policy debate. It felt like a genuine reckoning. And that's the thing, these sessions have always been fiery. But this time, the tone was different. You could feel the fatigue in the room. Londoners are frustrated with rising living costs, public transport delays, and growing safety concerns. And when those frustrations spill into the Assembly, it's not just about one man. It's about a system under strain. One political analyst watching the session described it perfectly. Khan's facing pressure from every direction: environmentalists, drivers, renters, even his own allies. And this Assembly meeting brought all of that crashing into one place. Of course, Sadiq Khan isn't new to confrontation. He's weathered criticism before, from Brexit fallout to pandemic management. But this time, the opposition seems more organized, more determined, and less willing to let the mayor control the narrative. Social media clips from the session went viral within hours. One clip, showing Khan rolling his eyes during a question about policing, drew more than 500,000 views. Another clip, showing him clashing with Green Party members over housing and rent controls, had users commenting things like, he's running out of answers. This was long overdue. Finally, someone's holding him to account. But not everyone agreed. Supporters of the mayor rallied online, saying the criticism was performative, more about politics than real solutions. One user wrote, every time Khan makes progress, they find a new reason to attack him. London deserves better than endless drama. And that's the story here: two very different Londons, seeing the same event through completely opposite lenses. Let's be fair, Khan has made progress in areas like clean air initiatives, transport modernization, and diversity in policing. But even supporters admit his third-term ambitions are being tested like never before. Between the cost of living crisis, the backlash to ULEZ expansion, and ongoing debates about police reform, it's a political juggling act that's wearing thin. One Labour insider told the Evening Standard, he's under pressure, no question. But that's the nature of the job. The real test is whether he can keep calm while everyone else loses their cool. And if that was the test this week, well, Khan just barely scraped through. At the height of the confrontation, a visibly agitated Khan paused mid-answer, leaned forward, and said, you can disagree with me all you like, but don't pretend that doing nothing was ever an option. That line hit hard, and it summed up his defense in a nutshell. He's arguing that leadership means making unpopular decisions when they're necessary, even when the political cost is high. But his critics see it differently. They argue that his policies are driven by ego, not empathy, and that his refusal to slow down or compromise is alienating the very people he claims to help. And that's where the political chess game lies: perception. In politics, it's not just what you do, it's how people feel about what you do. And right now, a big part of London doesn't feel heard. So where does this leave the mayor? Well, his next few months are crucial. With London Assembly elections approaching and national politics in flux, every decision will carry double the weight. If Khan can turn the heat of this moment into momentum, using criticism as fuel to fine-tune his message, he could emerge stronger. But if the pressure keeps building, and more showdowns like this one unfold, cracks could start to show. By the end of the session, after nearly 2 hours of verbal sparring, Khan left the chamber looking composed but tight-lipped. Reporters shouted questions as he exited, but the mayor simply waved, saying only, "Good debate today." And that was it. No fireworks. No final word. Just that classic political understatement, the kind that says everything by saying almost nothing. Still, people are talking. The headlines, the tweets, the soundbites, they've reignited debate over Khan's leadership and his legacy. Was this just another tough session, or the start of something bigger? Because here's the truth: moments like this can shift political momentum in an instant. And the question everyone's asking now is simple. Can Sadiq Khan withstand the pressure, or is this the first real crack in the armor of London's most high-profile mayor? Because if this was just the beginning, the next assembly meeting could be even more explosive.